Let's go.
Awesome. David?
Alex,
I would say great to meet you, but I have met you before.
Yes.
Talk about where I met you at.
we met at the 8% conference, one of the best insurance-specific conferences led by Cody Askins.
It is.
Dude, that was freaking fun. This guy bought the entire AgentCRM team a barbecue lunch just cause. I'm like, I'm hanging out with David every time we're at a conference together, man. Not only is David generous, but Kixie is freaking generous, and just, you're so helpful, man.
Oh, dude, we have a blast at these things. And you know, there's a common trend between that 8% conference and this one, in that it's a lot of people from all over the country coming to like improve themselves, improve their business, improve their game. And like, so it shouldn't be a surprise, even though it was, to see you at this conference too, because largely that's what you're doing all the time. For those of you who don't know you like me, talk a little bit about what AgentCRM does, what your role is there at AgentCRM, all that jazz.
We are a CRM built for insurance agents to help with their marketing and sales. We're the largest insurance CRM. We absolutely love working with agents. We love working with Kixie and other tools that integrate well into the CRM. So we're here at HighLevel.
Yep.
We're built on HighLevel. But yeah, this conference is all action takers, man.
Right.
So
it really is.
This room is full of people building.
Yep.
And you just can't help but get into that environment where you're like, man, I want to build stuff. I want to go to the next level. Like, no matter where you're at, you cannot help. It's that whole thing of like, if you hang out with 5 winners, you become the 6th. Well, we got a room of 1,000 winners, so you're going to be the 1,000 first. You know what I'm saying?
It's exactly right, and it's one of those things. I think sometimes it's almost a curse to be doing just okay, because if you're doing really poorly, then you need radical change. You know you need to improve.
Right.
But if you're just kind of muddling along, you can get stuck there, and if you don't have people around you to challenge you, to show you a better way to do things, it's tough to just decide one morning, hey, I'm going to radically reform how I approach my business.
100%.
It almost never happens.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You got to leave your ego at the door if you want to grow your business, because there's always another level. So if you think you're at the top, you're about to start going down.
That's exactly right. And how did you get into the current role you're in right now?
So I've been in the marketing space for about 13 years. Right in the pandemic, my phone rang off the hook from insurance agents that needed online marketing help. Now that the restrictions had been lifted, and we launched like 2,000 campaigns in like months. It was crazy, David.
Yeah.
And we were duct taping software together. It was like ClickFunnels and like all these things. Yeah. And then we saw HighLevel. We're like, this is it. This is the solution. And we white labeled it AgentCRM, built on top of it, and so we just continue to build it and make it better and better.
It's amazing. One of the things I really like about this conference and about what you guys do in particular is you guys look for a specific vertical, like insurance, and you're like, I want to make a product that really serves them, because I think so often software companies are guilty of trying to make a one-size-fits-all product, and then trying to just grow revenue off of that. And they don't want to niche themselves. They want to be able to talk to investors and talk about how big their total addressable market is, their TAM, and all this kind of stuff. But in doing that, you lose sight of delighting the customer, which 100%. Is supposed to be what we're in the business of doing, right?
Yeah.
You know?
We get so niche down that in a lot of cases we feel like we know the insurance agent's problems almost better than they do. And, because they're in the day-to-day. They don't really think about why it's not working, but we're able to really identify, here's the problem, and show them the solution with our software.
Isn't that amazing? And I think that's one of the great value props. Like, I see the people who work with AgentCRM, and they're delighted to work with you guys, and they come out to your conferences, and they talk about you guys incessantly. I'm totally honest. But one of the reasons is because when they pick up the phone, because you guys call, because you do stay in touch with all these guys, like, they know if nothing else, they're going to get knowledge dropped on them that they didn't know themselves, even though they're insurance agents, because you guys are so knowledgeable about the space. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, it's our job. The way I put it is, it's our job to be the tech person on your team, right? It's our job to be the marketer on your team. So you do what you do, because insurance is a relationship business, which is one of the reasons why we love Kixie. It helps them get in touch with more people per hour than if they were to just use a regular phone system. But
100%.
They need to do what they need to do, which is build relationships. Let us help with the tech side, with the marketing and all the automation and stuff that they absolutely need to use, but they don't need to learn how to set it up. Right? Because then they're doing minimum wage activities, not that, you know what I'm saying?
100%.
Instead of the thing, because it's not revenue generating for them to learn how to build a workflow. They just need it to be there. You know what I mean? So that's why we do so well, because we speak their language, we know their problems, and we're able to solve them. Whereas if we were a one-size-fits-all, we'd be trying to figure out what does the HVAC guy need, what does
Right.
the restaurant need, like. But if a life insurance agent calls us, we're like, we know exactly where you're at. We're
Exactly.
struggling with, yeah.
Yep. We've dealt with other people at your same phase of development as your company is right now. We know how to scale, like that whole thing. I think so often as tech companies, we give a product out to people and then we tell them, okay, you guys figure out how to incorporate this into your business. You guys figure out how to modify it. But you handle that for them. So again, like kind of like you said, you don't have to be an insurance agent trying to level up your tech workflow automation game. Because that's really not your big money maker. Right. That's not where your energy should be focused. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah. A lot of people get stuck in their business because they focus on the wrong things. And so like for me, I didn't really start to scale a lot until I delegated, hired, and really found the experts that could help me where I was weak. And that way I could focus on my strengths, which for me is the marketing side. So when I was able to bring in people that did the things that I was having a hard time with, I grew like crazy. Dude, and we're seeing that with insurance agents that are like, I need to just have this stuff so that it works. We're able to solve that problem, fill that gap, and then their business takes off because they're focusing on the big things.
100%.
Right?
How did you find the strength, willpower, whatever, to allow yourself to delegate or relegate some of this task to other people? Because that's tough. I'll admit that's even tough for me. You start, growing in a role and you become, manager or a leader of an organization. But you have a couple things you do really well. It's so tough to let go of those things, right? Like, how did you do that? What was your strategy?
So my business coach was like, I need you to map out your ideal day, right? Be very specific about when you start work, when you finish, and then what does your life look like? So now I'm mapping out what my business looks like around what I want my ideal life to look like. And the only way I could get there is through delegation. And so that was the light bulb moment where I'm like, the longer that I stay away from delegation, the longer it will be until I can actually reach the ideal life that I want to be living.
That's amazing. So step one, you actually got a coach. You realize I want to improve this aspect of my life. I'm going to work with someone to actually better myself, right?
If professional athletes like LeBron James need coaches, then I need a coach. Because I'm not the LeBron James of insurance software, so I don't have the ego to say I've made it, right? I still have coaches. So I think it's so important to have someone speak into my life and say, this is where you're falling short, this is where you could be better.
100%. Okay, shameless plug.
Yes.
You're in insurance and you want a CRM that actually works for you, built by a company that actually understands your business. How do they contact you guys?
Agent-CRM.com. We are there and ready for you. You can schedule a demo. We'll show you exactly how AgentCRM is going to help your business. We'll show you the automations and everything else that we've got. And then once you're in AgentCRM, we can plug your Kixie account into it. It works seamlessly. It's like a glove.
100%.
Yeah,
awesome.
David,
It was great talking to you, man. Yeah, pleasure. It was so much fun.
That was awesome, dude. I was like, dude, this is so sick.
Isn't it sick? I love this thing.
This Ferrari's got some kick to it, bro.
Dude, it does. It's hard to drive reasonable in it.
I believe it.
You kind of touch the gas and it just like shoots. You know? It's so funny.
Let me